Aloha, welcome back to Shaka Collectibles. I've got a PSA return I just picked up today. 26 cards, I believe. So let's see how badly I got cooked this time. I know that there is a few more vintage Blastoise that are quite a few, probably like 5 or 6 at least, that I planned on keeping for myself anyways. So, obviously hope for a higher grade, but I didn't really expect too much because I knew the conditions going into it. And then there's a couple bigger cards like a Giratina V, which was also definitely not a 10, but there's a few in there that I'm really hoping are 10s, so let's get into it. Alright, started off. First one out of 26. Ooh, Mega. I forget. It's been like 3 months, so I definitely, like I said, I know there's a few Blastoise in there. Looks pretty off center. Looks heavy on the right side, heavier on the bottom. Of course, it's a 9. I feel like this should, yeah, Mega Blastoise. I didn't even look at the back. The back looks pretty nice. Again, it looks pretty off-center though. And I know that they're getting quite strict at PSA. Another 9. Sequential though, that's kind of cool, I guess. Sequential 9s, if anyone cares. I gotta make sure that this camera is not picking up the front and showing the grade before I reveal it. But yeah, there's a spot up here. Wonder what we're getting into now. Okay. Definitely not a 10. Lots of scratches on the not lots, but it's definitely not a 10. 7. Be cool if PSA would, tell us their reason for grading, but I don't think that'll ever happen. This one looks even worse. There's like whitening on all 4 corners. No, this is not. I think this card has a cracked ice variant as well. So I've got the reverse hollow first, and then regular hollow 5. Holy crap. Doesn't look that bad. Oh yeah, never mind. The back was pretty bad. I was thinking of the first one. Need more coffee, I think. I feel like I graded the Blastoises sequentially, or at least entered them in on the sheet. Back's pretty bad. Okay. I had this one in my personal collection, but it was a CGC 9, I think. Oh, it's got a pretty cool. Let's see if we can get the swirl right there on the bottom right. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much gonna keep all or most of these. Probably not all. I don't remember. I feel like there was some base set Blastoise. And I have a base set 7 and a base set 2 1.5 in my personal collection still, so we'll see. Anyways, 6. Yeah, I mean, I graded a lot of these Blastoise for my personal collection. I might keep the Mega. I don't think I have a Mega in my PC. Kind of downsized a little bit. Anyways, got the Crystal Guardian stamp. Blasty. I didn't really look at the back. I was talking to myself too much. Definitely like white spot here. This top corner over here doesn't look that great. 6. Wow. Must be like scratches on the hollow, I guess. This one's quite off center on the back, and the back has quite a bit of whitening. Got the regular hollow 6, sequential 6s. I mean, it's for the PC, so it'll look kind of cool. Alright, this one looks bad. I feel like this is maybe the base set? Oh, nice, okay. Totally forgot about this expedition. This is one of my favorites from the submission that I was planning on keeping for myself, at least. It's damaged for sure. 4. Almost surprised it got a 4 because like it's quite a bit worse than these 6s. It's got like a fat crease right here, or wrinkle, I guess. But yeah, I love the Expedition, Aquapolis, Skyridge stuff. The artwork is, some of it's just hilarious. Okay, so a lot of whitening on the bottom. Trying to angle it away so it's not showing on the DJI camera. And a bunch of whitening up here. Non-hollow 4, yeah, it's pretty beat up. I don't think I'm gonna keep this one myself. I like the artwork, but even the Legendary Collection Blastoise, I'm not like super stoked on that one. I like the Legendary Collection because it's so blingy. It's one of the Blastoises that I'm not like in love with, you know. Base set 2. Ooh, it's got a cool swirl by his butt. Got a swirly butt. 6. Oh, the back was not that great. Quite a bit of whitening on the bottom. Big old chunk on the top. I don't plan on resubmitting. I'm not about that. It's probably just, knowing my luck, it would just get a worse grade anyway, so what's the point? Lots of whitening on the side, bottom here. There's a white ding up here and here. There's the base set. I kind of like the base set 2 hollow more than the base set. It's like the Cosmo hollow, and then it's got swirls, and then the base set is like stars. But I personally like the base set 2 holographic 6. That's kind of cool, actually. Sequential 6s for base set and base set 2. Maybe sell them as a set, because I do have a base set 2 1.5, which is like, last I checked it was pop 7, and my base set is a 7. So if I was to take my new submission and replace it with my old one, I would probably do that only if it was a higher grade. And 7's a cool number, so probably just keep it. Okay, this one's beat up. This is probably the Shadowless. Yeah. It's like a 1 or something. If this was a 1, I'm gonna keep it. 3. So no. Well, 3 is the lucky number. I have a Shadowless right now. It last sold PSA 4, I think it was. It like skyrocketed. So yeah. Some of the vintage stuff is weird. It'll go from like $200 to $600, which is almost exactly what this PSA 4 I was talking about did. This is a wicked card. Detective Pikachu. I had a couple more raw that I was thinking about grading, but they were a little more off center, so I probably won't. And plus, with my luck, I think I should just maybe not grade anymore because it's frustrating. Oh, nice. Is that our first 10? I mean, almost, oops, geez. Most of these were graded for my personal collection anyways. Obviously the Blastoise and the Charizard Megas, wish those were 10s, but they're not. Might keep both of them, I don't know. I do like me some Zard. Okay. I did submit some more modernish stuff, but nothing too big that I knew would get a 10 at least. Got the Umbee. Look, the back looked really nice. The front is pretty well centered. 10, nice. 2 10s in a row. Back looks not bad on this one. And it's a little off, well, yeah, it's definitely off center. Heavier on this side. Ooh, got the birds. Can't really, doesn't look too off center. 9. Wonder if it's worth a resub, I don't know. It's probably only worth the raw price, so oh well. Okay, back on this one looks pretty nice. Maybe get me on that top corner. Charizard EX. 9. 9. Little off center on the heavier on the bottom, a little heavier on the right. I wonder if it's that or I don't know. We will never know because PSA doesn't tell us. Okay, back looks nice. Got another Zard. Centering looks pretty nice. 10, nice, okay. It's like I'm pretending like I'm a professional grader or something. I'm just guessing. Oh, I forgot I graded this one. Nice. Definitely looks heavier on the left than the right. It looks pretty thin over here. The back looks not bad though. Wonder why. I wonder why. I like that artwork though. Yeah, I did another small submission when I picked up my last one. There was only like 8 cards and 2 of them were reholders. So I'll probably just fit that into another video once those come in probably like another 2 or 3 months. Yeah, the back looked nice on this one. Centering looks pretty good. 10? 10. Nice. That's like 3 10s out of 26. Maybe that's 3 or 4. I don't know. Back looks nice. Got another Evolution. Well, Eevee. 10. Okay. These are not big cards, but hey, it's a 10. I'll take it. Back looks pretty nice. Maybe a little speck up here. Kinda can see it with the ring light. Oh, it's definitely not getting a 10. I'm pretty sure this was from my childhood. Another one that I sent in. 7. Okay. I've had quite a few people come by the booths lately that just collect vintage 7s, and they're like going for like a full line, so it's not terrible. Another same spot, same kind of crappy cut, but for a vintage, like, that's pretty nice actually. It's not bad. Got the old classic first edition Machamp. Pretty sure all of them are first edition. I don't remember. There was something to do with that. 8. Okay. The holo doesn't look like it has a ton of scratches on it. Centering. That's the centering with the more vintage stuff, like the base set, fossil, jungle, that kind of stuff. I feel like the centering is pretty terrible for the most part. Oh, they're okay. There's spots down here. Little ding down here. Getting down to our last 4. Must be the Tina in here somewhere. Giratina, and there was a Greninja. Okay, I kind of forgot I graded this one actually. Non-holo, first edition, 9. I'd like to figure out why it gets these grades. There's a little spot up here. Kind of hard to see with the white background. Okay. I know the Giratina is not a 10. There was like a decent sized white chunk. I really hope it's a 9 because it'd be a cool 9. Ooh, I forgot about this one. Pekarant. PC Pokemon Center stamp. 10. Nice. Okay. Well, we're getting down to the last two, so it's got to be the Tina and the Greninja, and they are definitely not 10s. So, what was that? Like 5 or 6 10s? But I kind of did it to myself because I sent in a whole bunch of Blastoise that I know would not get 10s. So this is the Greninja I was talking about, and I knew I got the Greninja and the Giratina in a glass trade, and yeah, I knew they were not 10s, so I just kind of sent them in. They were a little harder to, well, they were hard to sell raw because they were not mint. They're definitely like LP, and people, I had them for like a few weeks, and people were like interested, obviously, and then they see the back and they're like, no, definitely not going to get a 10, so I'm not going to buy it. They would have been nice binder copies, but didn't sell them, so I slabbed them for $30 a pop. 9. Could be worse. It could be not a 9. Okay, so this is the Tina for sure. There's the focus. Anyways, there's the one bigger chunk. I don't remember there being much more, so I hope it's a 9. It's kind of bottom heavy, a little bit heavier on the left. Of course it's an 8. Such a beautiful card though, man. Well, I might as well just go through, and it's a pretty short video, so let's make a pile for 10s and 9s. 9s and under. Or is this going to drive my OCD nuts? Yes, it is. You know what? I already started. I want this one to be a 10. Nah, that's pretty thin on the bottom. That's maybe what got it. Because the back looked pretty nice. But you can never tell from the slab, it being in a slab at least, if it has like a bit of like a scratch. Even that's going to make it not a 10. A lot of people have been complaining about how strict they are, but it's like, if it's not a true 10, then it's not going to get a 10. You can't really get too mad about it. Oh, I like this one. It's so beat up. Yeah, you can see the scratching there, and a fat wrinkle there. Kind of surprised it got a 3, actually. There's a big old wrinkle there. But if it was a 1, I would definitely keep it. I think I said that already. If this was the first edition holo, I probably would have kept that. Okay. I think that's all the 10s. Did I already? Oh yeah, I got the Japanese. Jeez. Okay. 6 out of 26 are 10s, but like I said, did it to myself. Submitted a whole bunch of busted up Blastoise. And the birds too, that sucks. Looks maybe a little heavier on this side. Yeah, the back is definitely heavier on this side. That's not, yeah, that's on the case. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'm probably not going to have one of these submissions for a while. And I don't know if I'm going to do any more submissions myself in the future. Or at least for quite a while, because, yeah. That was $750. It's around there. It was around there. Because it's like $30 per card and 26 cards. I can't remember now. But yeah, it's definitely, I mean, a couple of these cards. Yeah, none of these cards are like big. I don't know what the Japanese Pikachu is at right now. I'm kind of hoping that it's gonna save me. But I got some new stuff for the PC. Maybe I'll move some stuff out of the PC. Probably not. We'll see. See what we got. Anyways, thanks for watching.